Welcome back to another episode of Georgia Forages, the digital series. My name is Dr. Lisa Baxter, and I'm your University of Georgia State Forage Extension Specialist. We are continuing our theme of the cost of cutting corners again this week by considering the economic benefit of a pre-emergent herbicide compared to post-emergent. Again, let me say, I am not an economist, and so any calculation presented in these videos are what many of us would call a back-of-the-envelope calculation. We will use typical herbicide protocols that I see most often in Bermuda grass hay operations around the state of Georgia. All herbicides and rates presented in this video are based on the University of Georgia recommendations found in the Georgia Pest Control Handbook. Let's start by looking at pre-emergent herbicide options. There are currently two pre-emergent herbicides we recommend for use in established Bermuda grass hayfields in Georgia. The first is pendimethalin, which is priced around 38 cents per ounce. Pendimethalin may be applied 3 to 4 times per year at a maximum annual rate of 135 ounces per acre. If we assume $10 per acre per application cost, we are looking at $80.63 per acre for 3 applications of pendimethalin in each year. The second option is indazifilm. Indazifilm is more expensive per ounce, usually around $8.75 in the Tifton area, but has a maximum annual application rate of only 6 ounces per acre. Indazifilm should only be applied twice per year, so the total cost of application and chemical cost equals $72.50. There are pros and cons to each product. Indazifilm lasts longer in the soil than pendimethalin, so you have more flexibility in your application timing and can apply much earlier with improved weed control because of the longer residual. Unfortunately, applying indazifilm eliminates the possibility of overseeding your field with cool season forages. So if harvesting hay or baleage in the winter is a goal for your operation, you would need to apply pendimethalin applications early in the hay season to ensure the replant period is achieved before your desired planting date. Even though we can all appreciate the benefits of a pre-emergent product, many producers are not thinking about weeds in their hayfield until they've already emerged. You may already have sticker shock from the cost of these products too, but let's now look at a few herbicide combinations that I've often seen used in Middle and South Georgia to see how the costs stack up. I'll quickly note that these are not the only herbicides available, just what I've commonly seen used at farms that I have visited. The first option for annual grass control in the summer is a combination of nicosulfuron and metsulfuron methyl. This typically runs around $20 per ounce, but it only needs 1.25 ounces per acre per application. Only one application is typically applied in the summer, so the total cost per acre would be around $35. Another option is imazapic. Imazapic is usually only applied once as well, at around 4 ounces per acre. An average cost is difficult to find for this product, but appears to be around $1.56 per ounce, so we're looking at a total cost of about $16.25 per acre. Already you may be thinking that these seem like cheaper options, but there are more things to consider. Both products are known to cause stunning in the Bermuda grass following application. However, the combination of nicosulfuron and metsulfuron methyl is generally less injurious. We can typically expect to lose at least one cutting following an application of imazapic because of the delay in regrowth. If we assume the hay conservatively produces 1 ton per acre, we could value this hay at about $100 per ton. We are losing $100 per acre. The combination of nicosulfuron and metsulfuron methyl is much less injurious, but if we still assume a 25% stunning, then we have lost about $25 per acre. Many producers will accept this loss because of the lower productivity when the weeds are present, but it is an additional expense that we really should consider. If we add these losses to the cost above, we are now looking at a total cost of $60 per acre for nicosulfuron and metsulfuron methyl, or $116.25 per acre for a Massapec. If you also have broadleaf weeds, then you need to consider the additional expense of a 2,4-D application or another broadleaf herbicide, such as aminopyrrolid. 2,4-D is relatively inexpensive, but if a gallon is applied total to the acre in a year, we can expect around $38 per acre total. Unfortunately, this chemical is not effective against all weed species, and many producers will consider a stronger product, such as aminopyrrolid. A common formulation is aminopyrrolid in a 2,4-D combination product, which runs around 47 cents per ounce and applied once per year at 20 ounces per acre. When you also consider application cost, we're looking at about $19.38 per acre. If we add these expenses into the summer grass weed control options, we are now at a total of $35 to $73 per acre if we don't consider yield loss, and $80 to $150 per acre if we do. Our pre-emergent herbicides average $75 per acre, a substantial reduction when you consider chemical cost, application cost, and potential yield loss due to stunning or harvest delays. One thing we haven't touched on yet is the increased occurrence of herbicide resistance, especially for annual ryegrass. We have left ryegrass control out of these calculations because the control options are now so variable. If we consider an application of glyphosate, nicosulfuron, and metsulfuron methyl, we're looking at easily another $35 to $40 per acre. As more ryegrass shows signs of resistance to these products and pendimethalin, we will need to transition to new active ingredients such as indaziflam to ensure the adequate control in our hayfields. In similar situations with pigweed, horse nettle, or other hard-to-control broadleaf weeds, we are relying more heavily on aminopyrrolid and new actives such as fluperoxifin for control. For more information on integrated pest management and herbicide recommendations, please visit our website and check out our other videos on our Facebook page and YouTube channel.